Ever wonder if you're truly happy or just settling? It's a question many of us face. In a 30-second snapshot, we'll explore key signs that might indicate you're compromising on your happiness. From a lack of excitement to avoiding tough conversations, understanding these red flags can help you determine if your relationship is truly fulfilling your needs, or if you're just settling for good enough. Today, we will talk about how to know if you're settling in a relationship. So before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. In the intricate dance of human connection, the quest for a fulfilling relationship often involves a delicate balance between ideal aspirations and practical realities. Yet sometimes, without even realizing it, we might find ourselves in a partnership that feels good enough, rather than truly enriching. This phenomenon, often dubbed settling, can be insidious, slowly eroding personal happiness and long-term satisfaction. But how do you truly know if you're settling, or if you're simply navigating the natural ebbs and flows of a long-term commitment? This article delves into the nuanced indicators that might suggest you're settling, offering insights to help you honestly evaluate your relationship and your own well-being. The lingering feeling of something's missing. One of the most profound and persistent signs of settling is an omnipresent, albeit often unarticulated feeling that something's missing. This isn't about fleeting dissatisfactions or minor disagreements, which are normal in any relationship. Instead, it's a deeper, more pervasive sense of void or incompleteness that lingers even when things appear outwardly stable. You might find yourself constantly seeking external validation or fulfillment through hobbies, friendships, or career pursuits. Because the core of your relationship doesn't provide the fundamental joy, intellectual stimulation, or emotional depth you crave. This feeling can manifest as a quiet resignation, a sense that this is as good as it gets, rather than an active pursuit of shared dreams and mutual growth. It's a subtle hum of discontent that can be easily rationalized away, but it's crucial to acknowledge its presence. Compromising core values and non-negotiables. Every individual has a set of core values and non-negotiable aspects they seek in a partner and a relationship. These aren't superficial preferences like favorite colors, but rather deeply held beliefs, life goals, ethical stances, or fundamental needs for respect, trust, or emotional support. When you find yourself consistently compromising on these fundamental aspects, not in the spirit of healthy negotiation, but out of a sense of obligation, fear of being alone, or a desire to avoid conflict, it's a strong signal you might be settling. For instance, if you value open communication and your partner consistently shuts down discussions, or if you dream of travel and adventure, but your partner prefers a sedentary lifestyle, and you repeatedly suppress your own desires to accommodate theirs, you're likely sacrificing your authentic self for the sake of the relationship's existence. This isn't about adapting, it's about diminishing yourself. The question to ask is, are the compromises you're making genuinely mutual and enhancing, or are they one-sided and eroding your sense of self and future happiness? A lack of true intimacy and connection. Intimacy in a relationship extends far beyond physical closeness. It encompasses emotional vulnerability, intellectual connection, shared dreams, and a deep sense of being seen and understood. If you find that genuine, heartfelt conversations are rare, if you hesitate to share your deepest fears or aspirations with your partner, or if you feel a persistent emotional distance, these are red flags. Settling often involves a superficial connection where interactions are transactional, or revolve around practicalities rather than profound emotional exchange. You might feel lonely even when you're together, or resort to parallel play, existing in the same space but not truly engaging with one another. This lack of authentic intimacy can lead to a sense of isolation within the relationship, where you feel more like roommates or co-parents than deeply connected partners. True connection fosters growth, support, and a feeling of being truly partnered. Its absence often points to a relationship that merely exists rather than thrives. You're constantly justifying or defending your relationship. When you're genuinely happy and fulfilled in a relationship, You don't typically feel the need to explain or justify it to others, let alone to yourself. If you find yourself constantly making excuses for your partner's behavior, downplaying their flaws, or putting a positive spin on significant dissatisfactions. When talking to friends, family, or even in your own internal monologue, it's a strong indicator that you're aware of the underlying issues but are unwilling or afraid to confront them. This justification often stems from a subconscious recognition that the relationship isn't truly meeting your needs, but you're attempting to convince yourself and others that it is. It's a defense mechanism against the difficult truth that you might be settling. Pay attention to how you feel when others ask about your relationship. Do you feel genuinely happy to share, or do you feel a pang of anxiety, or a need to craft a favorable narrative? Fantasizing about life without your partner. It's natural to have fleeting thoughts about what if in any relationship, but if you find yourself consistently and vividly fantasizing about a life where you are single or with a different, more ideal partner, this is a significant red flag. These aren't just idle daydreams. They are often a manifestation of a deep-seated desire for a different reality, one that your current relationship isn't providing. These fantasies can range from imagining exciting new adventures to simply picturing a life free from current frustrations or compromises. They serve as an internal escape mechanism, highlighting the unmet needs and desires that are being suppressed within your current partnership. While it's important to differentiate between a fleeting thought and a persistent pattern, a recurring mental escape often signals a fundamental dissatisfaction that you're not addressing. Fear of being alone outweighs the desire for happiness. One of the most powerful drivers for settling is the profound fear of being alone. This fear can manifest in various ways: dread of starting over, concern about societal judgment, financial anxieties, or the simple comfort of familiarity, however unfulfilling. If the primary reason you're staying in a relationship is rooted in this fear, rather than a genuine desire to be with your partner, you are almost certainly settling. This isn't to say that stability and comfort aren't valuable, but when they overshadow your fundamental need for happiness, growth, and authentic connection, they become shackles rather than foundations. Ask yourself, if all external pressures and fears were removed, would you still choose this person and this relationship? The answer to this honest internal query can be incredibly revealing. You've stopped growing, or you're growing apart. Healthy relationships are dynamic and foster mutual growth. Partners inspire each other, support their individual aspirations, and evolve together. If you notice that you've stopped growing as an individual, if your ambitions have been shelved, or if your partner actively or passively discourages your personal development, it's a sign that the relationship might be stagnant or even detrimental. Conversely, you might find that you and your partner are growing in entirely different directions, with diverging interests, values, or life goals. While some divergence is normal, if the gap becomes so wide that you no longer share a common vision for the future, or genuinely enjoy each other's company, it suggests you might be holding on to a past connection rather than building a vibrant present and future. If you liked this video and would like to see more like it, please give it the thumbs up, leave a comment, and click the button to subscribe.